Hey everybody, it's Cassie from Cassie Can Craft. Thank you so much for being here, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It will really help me out. I'm really glad that you're here for this pouring tutorial here. I have in front of me a 14 by 11 inch stretched canvas panel here that I'm going to be working on, and I've got a number of colors here, and I've kind of pulled these colors based on an inspiration photo from my mom, which is actually my mom's shower curtain. So it's got some different kind of pinks and a little burgundy and a little bit of like tan greens and things like that. So I'm going to be working with some different colors here today. I've got Amsterdam Persian Rose. This lovely color right here, actually, this beauty is a mixture of this permanent red violet and actually this pearl black right here, and it looks gorgeous right here, so hopefully it looks just as good on the canvas. A little bit of this light blue violet. I'm actually out. I think I'll have to get some more of that. And then also this warm gray here. And then I have a mix of copper. You can hear my cat in the background probably. She goes kind of crazy this time of night, so please don't mind her. Just ignore the cat. At least she's not jumping on the table. And then here I have a mix of mostly copper with a little bit of pewter. So just to tone it down a little bit. Oh my gosh, seriously, it sounds like someone's killing my cat. It's just her. She's a very noisy cat. Adorable, but very, very noisy. You can probably see here, I've mixed my paints here. Oh, that's thickened up a little bit. I might add a little bit more water to this one. I think that's a little bit thick. So I just added, obviously, a little bit of water. I just take my little squeeze bottle here and I fill it up with my refrigerator water. Oh, I got a little bit of water on my canvas. That way it's filtered and should hold up in my paints a little bit better over time. Should keep the quality of the painting better. That's a little better. So this is, you can hopefully see, it's a really pretty fluid consistency. It really is not leaving much of a trail along the top of the paint surface. And I know you're probably struggling to see this, because I always do when I'm watching other people's videos, and so I always hope that I'm getting it pretty close to right. But this is, sometimes I watch how quickly do the bubbles kind of fall off initially off of there, and I think that's pretty good. Now you can see there's quite a few bubbles in here too, and that's because I've just mixed my paints. So I've torched it quite a few times already, and I'll torch it obviously some more when it's on the canvas as well. So, you know, I know they always say have a plan going in, and I kind of do and I kind of don't. And so we're going to see how this works out for us. I'm not 100% sure. All right, so I know I want to do a split base. That's what my mom said that she's kind of looking for, is a split base. And I'm thinking that I'm going to want to split base with these colors, because I don't want the base to be too overpowering, honestly. And I'm kind of thinking that I'd like the piece to hang more vertically like this, right? So I'm just working like this for ease right now. Well, I guess maybe I will work like this. So I'm thinking this here is going to be the bottom, and I'd like the colors really to radiate out from the corner, maybe from kind of this section, this thirdish of the canvas here, I'd like the colors to radiate outward from that. And I think that really I'm going to start with the tan color over here because one, I think it's going to dry a little bit darker, and I'd like the colors to radiate into this lighter, happier pink color. So I really hope that this works out. Let's start by drawing kind of where I'd like my tan to go. And let's give it a little bit of a curve. That's kind of nice. All right. And then I might need to put a little more on here just because I don't want to run out of pink. All right. Here we go. Just looking for a little tool here. I never quite fully prepare before these videos, so I'm just going to kind of bring some of this down and capture the edge of the canvas. Sometimes I think I need to do more prep work. It would really probably save me some time in the end, you know, finishing things off if I were to prime the canvases in advance. But I just decided, you know, well, honestly, the fact of the matter is I'm just a little bit too impatient. I like to get right to the painting, and I have gotten myself to the point now where I will tape off the back of the canvas and put the push pins in before I start. And I do that because I really want to try to keep the back of the canvas as clean as possible. It does not always work that way. I forgot to put on any gloves, I'm realizing, and I'm trying to keep my hands a little cleaner here. Hold tight. Now I've got some gloves on here. All right, so I've got that on there. I'm going to go ahead and add this pink. I'm going to be really careful to try not to try to have a little bit of leftovers here to work with. So let's just kind of do what we can with this here real quick. Spread it around with this guy. All right, you know what? You guys don't need to watch this part, so. All right, here we go. So not a perfect base layer, but I think it's a good place to start. I'm gonna go ahead and torch some of these air bubbles out of here. You really wanna get these out because as you, obviously, you know, you're gonna get a few more air bubbles in here as you're working the paint, but you wanna continuously get them out as you see them, because as you are working the paint and other layers and other colors are kind of layering over the top of what you've got here, those air bubbles will come up through the surface and they'll kind of give you, you know, it'll kind of mess with your composition. It'll give you little marks in the surface of your paint. So, and it might kind of give you cells, tiny little cells in areas that you don't want them. So just something to consider. I don't know why I put that exactly right there, because now it's got a little of that. It's okay. All right, so I've got this base layer on here. I think I forgot to mention before that I'm doing a Dutch pour and a blowout. So that's the style that my mom was hoping for. She really likes it, and some of my other pieces. So we'll kind of, I like to kind of run the colors in a line and then blow them out and kind of a fan. And in this case, I'm going to really burst them outward from here, and then I'll probably blow a little bit back into here. I think I'm going to start with my metallic color here on the bottom as the base, or as just the bottom color here, and just kind of give that. And then I'm going to come in here with this really dark one, which I think is going to look so gorgeous with this. Oh, I love this color. I'm going to put in, I think this one goes a little bit better. I think I'm going to do a little trail of this. I'm going to try to give it a nice thin trail, honestly. because I want it to be in there, but I just, oh, well, that was ridiculous. Ignore that. Okay, I'm gonna come in here and try to fix that. You just, if you get paint in the wrong spot, you just dab it, dab it, dab it until you get it out of there. And not to say that it wouldn't necessarily be good, you know, that spot's not necessarily going to have some of that raw umber color to it, but that's not what I was going for. And so I don't want that in there right now. I am going to put just really a little bit of this in here, and I'm going to try to be selective as to where I put it. I just want a little bit over here and a little bit down here. I don't want this everywhere, but I'm hoping that it will give kind of a bit of a highlight. I'm going to add a little bit more of this warm gray over here, and I'm going to add a little bit more of this Persian rose up here, and then we'll give it another torch here. And I'm seeing that some of my roses a little bit thin up here. I'm going to try to fill those areas in a bit, because if I don't think my paint's going to move very easily up in here, and I really want it to you know, radiate out, like I said. So I think I'm just going to make sure I've really got that. I'm glad that I kind of held some of that paint back in the beginning, because I'm not always great about that, you know, to be honest with you. And this pink may be a little bit thick, so hopefully this works out. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to kind of spray the pink. I'm going to blow the pink over my colors a little bit, so when I radiate them outward, hopefully will stimulate some cell reactions. Okay, I think I'm going to start in the top. Boy, that tan is taking over more than I expected it. That warm gray, I should say. Maybe I'll do it like that. I already changed. You notice how I already changed what I was doing mid-go here, because I wasn't liking how this warm gray is interacting, and so I wanted to have the pink take over a little bit more, and I'm actually going to switch gears here even a little bit more, and I'm going to bring in more of this color because I think this is just gorgeous, and I'm going to bring it in up here, I think, because I'm going to blow a little bit more this way. So let's put that up there, and we're going to bring in, I think, a little bit more copper, this copper pewter mixture. And we'll put a little pink up here. And I'm going to put a little pink down here too. And I am going to bring in a little bit of this warm gray. Just, whoops, that was, okay, we got it. I think we got enough. Sometimes what you need to do really is look and see how the paint is reacting to what you're doing, and then be willing to pivot and be willing to move in a different direction if it's not working or if you're not feeling it, because you know, a lot of this learning process is about experimentation and figuring out really what works. All right, let's see what we can do with this. I think I'm going to leave it with the blow dryer for now, and let's torch this. Let's see what happens. I'm actually not mad at this right now. I think we're going to see some interesting stuff going on here. This really looks like some gorgeous floral petals, kind of, especially with that darkness coming. I may actually blow some more of this dark color, I think, down into this direction here, because I really like, would like to see a little bit more of this color going on in here. So I think I'm going to start back in this section a little bit. Okay. And then we're going to go again with this copper pewter, which is really gorgeous with this. This was the permanent red violet and pearl black mixture, which, phenomenal, really. And then I'm not going to add any of the tan. I'm just going to really put most of what pink is left right there, and we're going to torch it again. Okay. Really hoping this is going to be pretty great here, so fingers crossed. Okay. Yeah, I think we're definitely getting some more of that cell reaction I was loving up there. We definitely have more of the color that we were talking about going on, so I think that's great. I think I need to give this a little bit more paint to work with. I'm still not sure about this warm gray color, but that's all right. Now what I'm going to do is, no, I'm going to use the blow dryer, I think some more here. Okay, and I think it's totally fine that I let this one kind of explode over the edge a little bit. I really do like that a lot, actually. So I'm going to touch up this corner here. I just didn't like the kind of leftover lines that I had going on from that. The other thing that I don't like is this kind of hard line in here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to swipe that. I don't usually do a lot of swiping. I do some finger swiping. All right, wish me luck here, guys. I'm going to swipe it to my left. Okay, okay. I'm going to swipe a little bit more. So in case you're wondering, okay, I have to tell you because this is hilarious. In case you're wondering, what I am painting on is just the largest size dog kennel plastic base slide-in thing, like the tray. It's the largest one I could find on Amazon. It was super cheap, and it works great for this, honestly. It's a little bit warped in some areas, so you have to be careful, you know, where you're gonna put your painting. And I don't let my paintings dry here. I have a drying rack over there, but it honestly works great for this, you guys. It was so cheap. And then my kids just come out here and peel it off when it's all dry, and they think it's great. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and swipe this a little bit more. So it was still a little bit too hard of a line, I think. And then I'm gonna soften this by blowing it out just a little bit. Okay, that's great. I'm going to blow it into this a touch. There we go. That way it's not quite so. You stay on your side, I'll stay on my side, you know what I mean? And then I'm going to swipe this up a little bit here. That again was a little bit of a hard line. There we go, I like that. This copper pewter mixture is going to just shine when this is dry. Just kind of adding in where I see that there's a little bit less paint in some areas. I just want to make sure we get some really good solid coverage on this because it's a very, very light color. All right. Really, really happy with this, you guys. Whoa. Oh my gosh. I have cat-like reflexes. Cat-like reflexes. Okay. Whew. That was almost a ruined painting and a non-video. Oh. Whew. Superpowers. That's what I tell my kids sometimes, at least when they were little. Okay, you guys, I'm getting really close on this one. This is so pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, I'm not gonna mess with this petal. I really like it the way that it is. There's a part of me that's tempted to just, blow it over as this one is, but I think really, I think I'm happy with it where it's at. I think I really am. So I'm just kind of wiping down the sides here, making sure that I'm gonna try to avoid globby drips on the bottom of my drying painting here. Okay, you guys. All right, I'm gonna clean up a little bit and then I'm gonna bring you guys in for a close-up. I really hope you like this piece as much as I do. Really, really happy with the way this one progressed. Oh, look at that copper. My overhead light is ridiculous. The shine in that copper pewter mixture is amazing though, and the lacing is gorgeous. Oh, of course, my white balance just went totally wonky. Oh, sorry about the white balance going a little crazy, guys. I'm working with some iPhones in keeps changing back and forth. Just working with iPhones in my home dining room area here. I really, really, really love this section. So pretty.